Hi, Libra. So it's almost your season, and the fight for good and evil is all around us, really. The astrology for you guys, really for the rest of the year, is pretty tough. But I don't want that to discourage you. I almost want it to give you kind of a fire, if you will. And since Mars is involved in that astrology, it should give you a little bit of fire, a little bit of smoke under your ass to get you going. There are definite endings that are happening, but then there's a new beginning that's coming out of it. And we talked about this last month a little bit, I think, but the square with that Mars has with Aries. So what's happening is Mars is basically in the battle of his life. And Mars is in Aries, and we have Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn. And that makes a square. And so Mars has already met up with Jupiter. He's already met up with Pluto. He's now, today and tomorrow, and actually for the next week, or actually for the rest of the year, is squaring off and battling Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of karma and the planet of lessons and Big Daddy and kind of maturing all of us, right? Well, Mars goes retrograde on September 5th. And so he squares off with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter all over again. And then when he goes direct again in November, he squares off with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn all over again. So there's a pressure, and it's happening. The houses that are being affected are your 7th house of relationships and your 4th house of home and family. So there might be a lot of tension that's going on in the immediate relationships around you. But I feel like you're learning. I feel like this is more about learning how to get along with people and how to live in a space with other people and how to not react to the things that are happening. And allowing yourself to be balanced out and allowing yourself to understand that it's not even necessarily, something that you have done to irritate other people, but just the pure irritation of what's going on in the world. Like not taking everything so personally. You see what I'm saying? Because this month is about you recognizing all of those past lessons, those like past life lessons that have kind of been nagging at you for a while, and releasing those expectations. This is also a month about learning how to communicate without getting yourself mixed up within the feelings of it. So we have the World. We have the 6 of Cups, and we have the 9 of Wands. I feel like there's a very home type of vibe with the 6 of Cups. It feels almost like it's more of a family, a sibling thing even, which a lot, because the 6 of Cups is about soulmates, and so it could be like a soulmate connection that you're having, but it's also about the siblings or the people that are around you. And the 9 of Wands is about not wanting to fight anymore. So I feel like there's sort of this ending to a battle that you've been through. As Mars is going into his battle, you're ready to end yours. We have Justice, which I love that you popped up in your reading, and then the 8 of Wands, and then the 5 of Cups. There are some things that you're leaving behind. Oh, I just got it. Having to leave family, or having to leave those that you love the most, or having to leave certain people in your life in order for you to thrive, in order for you to push forward, in order for you to gain momentum. that's a really hard thing to do sometimes. And I think this energy is making you recognize that there are just some people that you can't take on this journey with you. And some of that is relationship involved. Some of that is like, you may be recognizing that you have certain people in your circle or certain people in your family that just, like, your time is done with them. You've had that space and time on your journey, and now you're done, and now you're moving on. And it's a very real, with that 5 of Cups, like, I can feel that sort of tug at my heart at having to let go of that. And it feels like it might be lingering with you a little bit. So when we aren't focusing on what it is that we feel like we've lost, and when we're allowing ourselves to see things from a different perspective and maybe turn around and see that we still do have things that we can count on and that we can depend on, that are still there, right? The 2 of Cups. That can help that flow a little bit more. Because you're not, you know that you can't fight for the relationship anymore. Like, you're just kind of like, I can't fight for this. Like, this is not something that I need to be spending my energy and my time on. You know what I mean? So let's see what this ending is. Let's see what the world's... Don't be too hasty. Oh, man. Don't be too hasty with your words first. Don't be too hasty with your words. The other thing that I really want to say, Libra, is don't rush into the new beginning. Allow yourself to grieve. Like, if you need to let go of the process, so I'm a Libra rising. For those of you that don't know, I'm a Libra rising. And so a lot of times these readings will resonate with my rising sign as well when I do Libra readings. And the message of not rushing into a new beginning and allowing yourself to grieve the past and allowing yourself to settle into the change and the transformation and the difference. Oh man, that really hit a nerve. I love it when Spirit reads me too. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. So 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups could also represent children in your life as well. So let's see. There's a special bond. It feels like there's a special bond with either someone or someone's. Could be an earth sign. Temperance. Temperance and the Queen of Pentacles. So there's an earth sign that you feel a connection with. Could also be a Sagittarius or an earth sign that has Sagittarius placements. But the Temperance card makes me feel like they feel almost like a guardian angel type energy. But it feels like you've known them for a very long time. It feels like with that 6 of Cups there. The patience of it, like, I feel like you're needing to find balance with this earth sign. It feels like you need to find some sort of, you're a Libra. You need to find balance, right? Ha ha, very funny. Okay, I'm saying that to them. Like, really so cute. So, but the Temperance card is about balancing the heart and the mind. It's almost as if this person has triggered you into seeing things in a deeper kind of way. And I think that that sort of knocked you off kilter a little bit, or it is knocking you off kilter a little bit. And you're almost just kind of like, I really need to allow myself to balance this out before I don't want to rush into anything, right? But it feels like that this earth sign might be the beginning of your next cycle, or might be the beginning, like part of the beginning of your next cycle. And the way that you are moving towards it is in a non-aggressive, like, I feel like part of you wants to move into it with the Knight of Swords on the world a little bit aggressively, but with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles on the Knight of Wands, you don't want the resistance. Like there's no resistance here. That's interesting. Let's see what justice. So, building of the new foundation. That's what this new beginning is. You're starting to build, yeah, you're starting to build a Three of Pentacles. You have decisions that you have to make because you're starting a new life. You're starting to build new foundations, and you really have to be able to commit to yourself. And I think that when people come into your life and sort of knock you off kilter, knock you off balance, it's very hard to commit to your own nature of balance when somebody else is like popping off the scales, right? And it's not that it's not that I want you to be so extra cautious that you don't take a leap of faith, because I think that you taking the natural steps forward and allowing the flow to happen instead of rushing into something is the way to go. Like, that's absolute. That Knight of Pentacles is that slow and steady, analytical and methodical movement forward. You're not fighting the flow. And I appreciate that probably more than anybody would, with you not fighting the flow, honestly. But there's this question that we're going to get to here in a minute, because I feel like there are things that you want to say. And intuitively, you know what it is that you want. The High Priestess with Justice. Now, this could be a Pisces energy, but we have a lot of Jupiterian stuff going on here. So it almost feels like a twist of fate. It almost feels like there's a little bit of a twist of fate that's going on. Like Jupiter's popping in and being like, hey there, Libra. When that Mars and Jupiter, when it goes retrograde again and Mars gets back to Jupiter again, that's the way, you know, there's an electricity. I feel like you can't find the words to say. The Moon on the Eight of Wands, I feel like there are words that you have, like you want to move the energy forward, but because you don't necessarily know what's going on and you can't see an end goal, or you can't see an ending in sight, or you have all sorts of questions in your mind, there's a fear, right? There's a fear and a doubt. We have the Five of Swords and the Four of Swords on the Five of Cups. You can talk yourself out of feeling a certain way all you want. You really can. And the question of who's supposed to be in your life and who's not supposed to be in your life, that's going to be answered. But you driving yourself crazy and maybe even saying, I don't know that I'm good enough. I don't know that I don't know if this is the thing that I want. Driving yourself crazy to figure that out isn't going to help you. So getting over here and allowing yourself to rest, that Four of Swords is like, there's some sort of healing because of the past. Like that Five of Cups and that Five of Swords, that's past stuff that you're bringing into the present moment and worried about and concerned about. And allowing yourself to take some time and really allow yourself to feel what it is that's coming up and then release it. That's going to create a little bit more flow. That's going to create momentum. So I don't want you to rush into the ending. I don't want you to rush into a beginning. I want you to keep taking, like, you know, methodical and analytical steps forward like the Knight of Pentacles does, because you will second guess yourself less when you are remaining present and you're allowing yourself to, like, one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. You see? Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. Giving your energy to the doubt and holding on to the emotional things that you have to allow yourself to walk away from, because within these questions of what your next step is going to be and like the foundation of your next step and how that's going to happen and how you're going to start building things, there's your environment is directly affected by the emotional maturity that you have. So either allowing yourself to flow in all of the things that are coming towards you, or allowing yourself to not place doubt and expectation on an outcome, because this Ten of Swords is saying that you're going to the worst possible case scenario. That's what the Ten of Swords is for me. And so you're already like ending things badly before you even start them. You see? So instead of projecting a negative ending on any kind of situation, flip the script. Flip it. King of Wands and the Ten of Wands. If there's a fire sign, possibly a Leo in your life that is kind of a burden to you, I think that you are releasing the burdens in your life. I think that you're coming to a point where you're no longer holding on to the burdens of other people, and you're allowing yourself to release all of that. So give yourself permission to focus on how you feel about the situation, how you feel about the people, and how you feel about the endings and the beginnings. Because there's not a reality unless you're present in it. You know what I mean? There's not a future, there's not a reality unless you're in this present moment to begin with. So taking the time to actually feel through all of that it's going to just be much easier for you to release it. And, you know, don't be hard on yourself. It's really hard. I know that you guys have a really hard time with not being hard on yourself, but the energy is really, really difficult right now, and there's nothing you can do about that. So the best thing that you can do to get through in all of this energy is to just be kind and gentle with your soul. Do things that make you feel good. And if you're having a hard time doing things that make you feel good, then switch it up and call a friend and call somebody or text somebody that makes you laugh, because you deserve it and you need it. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you for Libra season. Bye.